long time no see. I'm Selene. How have you all been lately? Let me start with something a little off topic. I genuinely hope you're learning how to love yourself more and more in your daily life. One thing that really helped me was journaling. Just becoming someone who's willing to passionately listen to their own stories, whether they're joyful, beautiful, painful, or a mix of everything. Recently, I did this once, and to my surprise, my heart felt full, overflowing with warmth and love. It was a soft, gentle current flowing through my body, completely different from the numbness and loneliness I used to feel. It gave me strength, energy, and peace. It helped me welcome a new beginning with all the unknowns life brings. If that sounds interesting to you, I highly recommend giving it a try. Now back to today's topic. I just finished studying math and I suddenly had the urge to share my thoughts with you. If you've seen my previous videos, you probably know that I've been through a lot of internal struggles around studying, academic pressure, and the constant expectations to succeed. For a long time up until recently, I honestly believe all of that was a huge problem. Yeah. I often felt confused, stuck, frustrated. I kept thinking that this was the one thing holding me back from becoming my best self. I thought I had to build good study habits, and whenever I had negative or resistant thoughts about studying, I'd feel torn and guilty. Even worse, I used to label it as procrastination and punish myself for not being good enough. I believe those thoughts were the reason I couldn't get better grades or become a top student. Wow, I really just said that out loud. But it's the truth. Deep down, that's how I felt all alone. Maybe I never had the courage to admit it before. Over the years, I kept trying to figure out why this was happening to me. I even made videos explaining all the reasons I thought I was struggling, but the truth is, I wasn't really free from any of it. Not yet. To be honest, I've often feel like I didn't belong in this world. Like I had problems that no one else had. This psychological doubts and resistance to exams, studying, and memorization. I feel like other people didn't deal with any of that. I kept wondering, how can they just sit down and study without this inner chaos? Don't they feel pain too? I know, this sounds like a tangent, but I wanted to share some thoughts I've never admitted before. And I'm not sharing this to blame or criticize myself. That's just another mind trap, another trick of the brain virus, another prison of pain. Before I dive in deeper, just a quick note. The book I'll mention next is called the Taisha Book. I've been working on translating it into English and reading it out loud because it doesn't seem to have an English version yet. It's been quite a journey, and I'm sharing that series with you bit by bit. Anyway, a few days ago, I reached chapter 5 of the Taisha Book, the one about problems, and it invited me to ask myself, why do I believe this is a problem? You know, most people in this world have been brainwashed by action-oriented thinking. In this upside-down world, we are constantly jumping from one problem to the next without really understanding what the problem even is. Is it someone else's problem or ours? Is it external or internal? We rarely stop to ask those questions, we just rush to solve it. Then we solve one problem and a new one pops up. But when I asked myself, why do I think this is a problem? I started to see something. If all problems come from separation and chasing, then what exactly am I chasing? What illusion of separation has pushed me into this endless pursuit? Will chasing really give me what I'm looking for? What do I truly want? What if I stop chasing and simply choose to become myself? This is the heart of the Taisha way of living, to become, not to act. The moment you act, you're probably chasing something out of fear. But when you become, you move beyond fear. You expand from love and grow from who you truly are. So I asked myself again, why do I believe this is a problem? And I realized I thought I understood the trap of separation and chasing, but I was still trapped inside it. I was chasing good grades. I was chasing people's approval. I was chasing the perfect understanding of every subject. I was chasing the perfect version of myself. But what if I stop? What if I don't need to remember every little detail perfectly? What if I don't need to understand everything 100%? What if I let go of the need to be perfect and instead just choose to be myself? A few nights ago, I watched a movie, and I think it was by Hayao Miyazaki's son, called From Up on Poppy Hill. And I really loved the way the main character lives her life. She embraces things as they are, understands people deeply, and lives in such a grounded and gentle way. Of course, that's just my interpretation. Everyone sees things differently, right? But that movie helped me take my first step towards simply becoming myself. And tonight, I studied math. And for the first time in a long time, I felt no pressure. I actually felt joy. I felt curiosity. I felt that beautiful excitement that comes with learning. I hadn't felt that in so long. It wasn't about memorizing. It wasn't about proving anything. It was about understanding and connecting. It made me feel happy, whole, and aligned. Maybe no one is born better or worse than anyone else. Maybe all we really need to do is become who we are. And all those things people use to compare, are they really that important? They're disappointed in us. So what? Their expectations aren't our responsibility. Your life is yours to live, yours to write. So I hope you can weave your own beautiful thread of life in your own time, in your own way. I'm Selene. I'll see you next time. I love you all. Bye bye.